Panthers. Is that correct?
That's what I did mean. I did mean that. Thank you, Marty, for remembering.
Off to a perfect start. Oh wait, Bill, are you doing the draft simulator, Bill?
Oh, I thought Hater was, but I could.
I'll do it, and then we can. I just start.
Oh wait, Bill, are you doing the draft simulator, Bill?
I will commit, but whoever's got YouTube playing, please mute it.
I'll do it, and then we can.
Or please mute yourself. Thank you. Setting up the draft simulator right now. So the Panthers can still pick. We'll figure it out.
Right. You don't.
So since Bill messed up, let's recap. The Panthers moved from 9 to 1 with the Chicago Bears.
The following trade between Carolina and Chicago took place in a Ditka's restaurant in Robinson Township, Pennsylvania.
The Bears walked away with the 9th pick, some draft picks, and DJ Moore. Just to recap,
and also the meatloaf special also.
Yes, and the meatloaf special.
Yeah, moderated and proved the transaction from both parties as the owner and chairman of the Ditka's restaurant chain.
Yes.
It was a great deal for both teams.
It was. Both teams. I like them when both teams win in a trade.
I do too. Right.
So the Panthers.
Who's Carolina?
It's me. I'm here.
I have to announce real quick regarding Ditka's. I went there and they took care of me after my dad passed away, and I laid the rest in Chicago at Elmwood. I just want to let that be known. They were awesome people. So there you go.
Yes, indeed. And once again, Carolina Panthers, you may make your selection.
Of course, it's a pleasure to get us kicked off this week. Thanks, Bill, again for inviting me to do this. It's a pleasure to do it. Thanks, everyone, for putting this together. I'm going to get us started here. Keep it real brief. I'm going to go with Bryce Young out of Alabama. Kansas City quarterback. This is their guy.
He's got a little bit of magic to him. My comment with Doug Flutie. He's got that same sort of magic to him, and the NFL has now moved in such a way that some of the things that kept Flutie from having immediate success are not going to be in the way of Bryce. So we are now on the clock with the Texans.
So the Texans are running to Kansas City to turn in their draft card for C.J. Stroud. We don't care what the media is saying. We don't care about his S2 status. We care that he can put the ball in the receiver's hands with accuracy. He can play within the system. That's all we care. We don't care if he's 2 on the S2 scale. We don't try confidence.
Yeah. I truly believe that his ceiling is close to Warren Moon. Like if he maxes out, and I think even if he ends up being sort of less than that, he'll still be a solid starter. Not every player maxes out, obviously. So I like him. Well, that's a great question. I didn't know you were going to participate. I thought you were going to have other responsibilities. So
well, I do
figure that out. I didn't know you were going to actually be here. So if anybody ends up orphaned,
okay,
I'll keep you in mind, my good friend.
In that case,
actually, we could get him.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
This is happening live. This is why I love this. It's happening on the fly. Who knows what'll happen next?
I give him the Giants if he wants it.
And stop it.
The G-Man, I'll take him. Sure.
We can get him Atlanta and sorry, I said that. We have them Cleveland and the other one. It's live.
Yes.
Well, Arizona's on the clock.
Yes.
Arizona, go ahead.
Arizona, you may make your pick while whatever that's happening is happening.
All right, so testing, you guys can hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You have a delightfully dulcet tone.
Yes.
All right, well, I think Arizona Cardinals are going to stick with this pick. They're not going to trade it away. And with a couple of defensive guys either retiring or walking in free agency, I think they're going to head after certain Will Anderson.
Oh.
out of Alabama.
Hard not to like that pick. Some people think he's the safest pick in the entire draft. I think worst case scenario, you're getting a guy who's going to be a 7.5, 8 sack guy consistently, probably for about 9 or so years. And if he maxes out, once again, that's always what you hope for, but hope is not a plan. If he maxes out, he's a double-digit sack guy for, once again, probably 9 plus years. So
If he maxes out, he's Richard Dent.
Yes, if he maxes out, he's Richard Dent or Charles Haley or something like that. Now that's a lot to ask, but yeah, if he maxes out. But I think that like the center cut, the thing that he's most likely to be is still going to be in that Anthony Spencer, Roosevelt Colvin, that range, even if he ends up being way less than that. And now the Colts are on the clock.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, it's my second year doing this. So with the 4th pick in the 9th annual mock draft Palooza, the Colts will not trade this 4th pick. There was a potential deal over there with Will in Atlanta, but our guy is there. The Colts will take Anthony Richardson with the 4th pick. Anthony Richardson, he has some of the best physical tools that I've ever seen, probably since, probably Cam Newton. So, obviously there are the concerns, I feel like he is the definition of what you would call a boomer bust type prospect. But I think, the Colts are desperate. The Colts are looking for that guy since, they had luck. And I think with Steichen over there, their new offensive head coach, I think they can do some things with Richardson.
This is obviously an exciting pick, right? The other picks were sort of like, yeah, sure. Now, this is the one that gets the buzz going a little bit. Some people have projected Levis there. Some people were even hoping Stroud would make it to them. Richardson is one of the most divisive prospects in this draft because there are people who think he's going to be the best player in the entire draft. There are people who truly believe that he should go first overall, and there are people who say they wouldn't touch him in the first 2 rounds. So, we'll see what happens.
Who was it that needed a team?
We have no one really needs one, but we have someone who wants one. And that is,
listen, we graciously donated Atlanta back. That was our 3rd team that we were.
Okay, so we have one team freed up, and then I guess if you found another one, Hater.
Yeah, Jolene and
okay.
Go ahead and give him oh my God.
just lost it.
Atlanta is one of them.
Atlanta is one of them.
That's one of them.
Seattle is on the clock.
Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah,
You may make your pick, Seattle, while a Hater fights through his senior moment.
Right.
Hey everyone, thanks for including me on this. Seattle is going to stick here, and we're going to go with arguably the best player in the class, regardless of on-field and off-field issues. We're going to go with Jalen Carter out of Georgia.
There you go.
Everything's on script so far. All first 5 picks are the exact first 5 picks in my final 7-round mock draft. Everything's on script so far.
You should be working in Vegas and not for a casino. Like on your own.
There we go. Well done.
You count cards and blackjack as well?
Yeah, Chris Ransom is one of the, I think the term OG is fitting. One of the OGs of draft Twitter, my friend Chris Ransom. I've known you for at least 11, 12 years, Chris, something like that.
Yeah, I started Draft Utopia podcast in 2011, and I launched the website in 2012.
Yep. So I've known you since the site launched. I know that much. So yes, always a pleasure. So that brings us now to our next selection. Well, we're moving along in a nice little clip. I like that.
Best ever.
Yes.
Kudos to everyone.
I do like that.
Oh, yeah. We get bored later when we're waiting for somebody. We'll talk about our 530 pick draft that I did in a week.
Yes. That will be fun to discuss day 3, Will.
There you go. Perfect.
What's that on Sunday?
Round 7. We'll discuss that in round 8.
Yeah, round 8, 9, and 10.
This is not 1975. We do not have that many rounds anymore.
Those were the days, man. When the kids get taken the 12th round. I missed that.
Although I like to say we do have 8 rounds now, in case anybody's wondering. They have 8 rounds. There's 7 rounds of the regular draft, and they add a round of compensation picks. So
Right.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
so it's 8 rounds, really.
Yeah, true.
Good point.
It was a technicality for the NFLPA to agree to the deal to only have 7
Hey,
rounds.
when did that start, by the way?
3 years ago.
Well, no, compensatory picks been around for
Yeah.
For ever. Well, not ever, but a very long time.
since they got rid of the 12-round draft or whatever it was, round draft. I think
For like the 90s.
something like that. When free agency started, that whole
Right, when-
that's
That's
91
when-
91 was the plan being free agent. No, 92.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. And that brings us now, since we're going to try to keep
The
going,
Lions are on the
the
clock.
Lions on the clock.
Lions.
Another very interesting team in terms of what they may decide to do.
Is he here?
Oh, that's a great question.
Check the chat.
I haven't heard from him.
Okay, let me, once again, as I like to say, talk amongst yourselves.
Sorry, guys, that I got ruined the. Is it sharing the wrong page now? Sorry about that.
Give me a
I think
moment.
I wasn't like
No, porn or
animal
something.
porn or something. Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Will.
Okay, well, like I said, talk
There we
amongst
go.
yourselves.
You talk amongst yourselves. Compare notes on your porn later.
And I
Okay.
will, yes, much later.
Much
Because
later,
we're
okay.
staying within community guidelines here on YouTube. But I'll be right back as I check on our friend from Detroit.
Who is the drafter for the Lions?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out now.
I think it's cornbread.
Cornbread.
Yes.
So, the picks so far have been pretty much, other than the Texans, for some reason there's a lot of chatter about us passing quarterback. I think the first 5 picks are legit should happen.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, I'll bet you $1 right now that Bryce Young and CJ Stroud are not the first 2 picks in the draft.
You bet $1? A whole $1?
Oh man,
A whole
I can't
$1.
even buy
That's a big risk.
with that.
The reason I'll tell you why. Teams value that S2 test more than you think they do. It's a real thing. The correlation between those test scores.
Is it like analytics?
Yeah, well, it's an actual test though. It's not a. It's not
I mean, is it like what analytics was done to the game?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, it depends. If it's a team that really doesn't care about the testing or science or analytics, then they're like the Pittsburgh Steelers don't care. They would pick anybody that they thought was a good quarterback. But a team like Carolina, especially, I doubt seriously that they're gonna pick. Bryce Young did very well on that test, but
The Texans have been on record saying they don't prescribe to the website for the S2.
That's interesting.
Oh, they can say that all they want.
I don't know, man. D'Amico, he's just coming in there. I don't know. I don't know how risky you can really be. when
That's
you're
pretty
just
risky.
coming off
CJ Stroud is the biggest risk in the first round right now.
That's very risky. He scored like it was the 18th percentile. I've never seen a quarterback in the top 5 score that low.
So here's my question, and it's the only reason why I'm asking this question is it test on paper?
No, it's an electronic test. It basically tests your reaction to lights and patterns. So it's not like it's not like something you have to study for. You can't cheat it really.
No, you can't study for it.
In theory, you can get better by exercising your brain your whole life with doing quick processing and pattern recognition. Like you can get better at it, but it's basically testing where they are right now in terms of their ability to do the kind of stuff that quarterbacks are asked to do all the time. So it's a pretty effective test, I think. 20 years ago, the people who invented it were saying that it was the best, the least biased version of intelligence testing that they could come up with. Because
do you think
right?
Yeah, it measures how fast your brain works. That's really what it boils down to.
Do you think Terry Bradshaw would have scored high?
Nope. Although I don't know. Terry's quick. I'll tell you this. Terry's quick though. Like
he is.
So he might not have been the worst. I don't think he'd be a top guy, but he was a pretty, he called all their plays, man. He was pretty good at assimilating what he was supposed to do and how to make it work. So, I mean, I'm the world's
Sometimes
biggest
you make
draft.
a bad read.
Yeah.
Well, I am glad that Jalen Carter didn't fall past 6.
Yeah.
I know that he's immature. I know a lot of things that has happened in the last 3 or 4 months since he was the best player in the draft season he had, and I still question him being a 3-down player and being drafted this high. But the fact that he was dominant for so long, I think he deserved not to go past 6.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, let's go.
Unfortunately, my co-GM is occupied with something today. He can't be on just yet, but he, if you remember to ask him later, he was a high school center who played against Jalen Carter in high school.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, he has a little insight. He was just, I asked him, and he was like, I don't even have any stories to tell. He's just, I got him once on a, illegal block or something. I like that kind of a story that he tells.
But if you're going on pure positional value, I would have been surprised if he'd have dropped past 12, because I think edge rushers, quarterbacks, and corners are positional higher than a DT tackle who only plays 2 downs. So I wouldn't be surprised if he fall for that reason. But I'm glad he didn't fall for off the field issues.
You really think he's only going to play 2 downs? Because I think he's a menace on 3rd down.
I think that's when he's going to make his money.
Yeah, and it's
so you'll take him.
The quick game. It's like if you play an offense that just is interested in the quick game, then you can't do that against a guy like the people that have.
Well, Seattle re-signed their backup nose tackle, but cut Al Woods, and then they went out and got Draymond Jones and Jarron Reed in free agency. So my thought process was, if they cut Al Woods, they're more likely to take Jalen Carter than Tyree Wilson, despite the maturity issues. That was.
Yep, and Al is a solid, run stuffer. He's not a dynamic guy like that. He's a good player, but he's at the end of the line, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He played with Steelers for a while. Played well. Well, we're still waiting on Cornbread, which is unusual because he's usually
not a good sign.
So my next comment would be
Anthony
Richardson.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just the thoughts on Anthony Richardson. I mean, are we really calling him Cam Newton number 2?
I think. Does anybody think that he already, coming out of college, throws better than?
Not even close.
No, he doesn't.
No way.
No.
No.
Anthony Richardson.
He just has potential because of his physical ability.
Yeah, I was just saying, Cam after the shoulder surgery can't throw. That was the problem.
Yeah, he was never the same. Yeah, he was.
I'm saying right now, like if you're comparing them, it's like, are we which version of Cam Newton are we comparing to? The one that went to the Super Bowl, maybe? He's a better player.
The Lions are currently preparing coffee with extra mayonnaise for Kentucky quarterback Will Levis. That's why they have
Well, you got to remember the male coffee and then the raw nasty bananas too. The expired banana.
Yeah, so coffee with mayonnaise plus the banana with peel on it. So
yes.
Yes.
By the way,
not regular mayonnaise, extra mayonnaise for Will Levis.
By the way, that might have been the result that surprised people when they saw that as the S2 score for Will Levis.
If the Colts take Levis in real life, I'm worried that he's going to put cream cheese in Jim Irsay's whiskey. I'm genuinely concerned that might actually happen.
Yeah, because cream cheese is pretty big in Indiana, which I'm shocked to see how it's actually a side dish in Indiana. Cream cheese and cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is a side dish. Cream cheese is like a side dish up here. Cheese is really a serious thing in Indiana. I'm just like, I can't do it. They put cheese on every damn thing.
Just keep coming up a little bit more north to the Midwest. Come up to Wisconsin. Come up to Minnesota. We'll show you cheese on everything.
Hey,
I'm moving south.
You guys put poutine on things like people put cheese on things.
Yeah.
You're going to say I'm crazy, but I would say if somebody said to me, predict something to happen in the draft that no one's expecting that you think is more than a 50% possibility, and that would be Will Levis at 1. Josh McCown is on record.
And I did that.
Josh McCown's on record saying that he thinks Will Levis is by far the best quarterback in the draft, and he is their quarterback guy there.
Yeah,
he's on more than one anything saying that.
Well, Josh McCown's an idiot and was never a great quarterback, so I wouldn't trust him.
But a really good pickup basketball player. And
all I'm saying is Levis is QB7. That's all I'm saying.
Oh wow!
And let's not forget, he had the arrogance to be a head coach first before being any kind of position coach in Houston. Like he just thought that he can be a head coach.
Picture if he was the head coach in Houston right now. Will Levis, lock it in, number 1.
the pick is in. It is Devin Witherspoon, quarterback from New Zealand.
Nice.
Yeah,
Witherspoon to Detroit, number 6. So we're 6 for 6 so far.
How do we know? How do we know that you're being truthful about this?
My number 7 pick is Will Levis. That's my number 7.
Okay.
There you
Right
go.
on.
Okay.
Okay.
The Raiders.
Come on.
So if the Raiders break pattern, you'll know that is the first pick. But I hope the Raiders are smart enough not to draft Levis.
The Raiders
I hope so. I hope they do. I hope
they
do
need to commit to Jimmy Garoppolo the best they can.
I agree.
No,
Agreed, Bill.
they already messed up with, they already messed up there. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Wow. I'm just going to be quiet over here. I'll just be over here running the technical side.
Yeah, Will Levis would be a mistake to the Raiders right now. I mean, I see them still going quarterback, but if there's a quarterback that they should go with, it should be like Anthony Richardson if he fell. Somebody who needs to sit. And it's like, as much as I hate Will Levis is more ready, NFL ready to start now.
He's ready to sit now.
He's ready to sit.
Anthony Richardson needs time.
Anthony Richards ready to sit next year too, but Will Levis is ready to sit now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of ready, the Raiders hopefully are ready to make a pick as well.
Yo,
Oh,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. The Raiders are going to select cornerback Christian Gonzalez out of the University
There
of
we
Oregon.
go.
I had him on Atlanta 8, but that's a very good pick. That's a much better pick than Will Levis.
Should have gone 6, not 7.
No, Devin Witherspoon's more of a dog.
Witherspoon's better in my opinion, but
You guys are nuts. All right, I'll be over here. No, I think Christian Gonzalez is a the word we don't like to overuse, generational talent.
Oh no,
I think so too.
he's on the same page as Sauce Gardner and Nuts from LSU to the Texans last year. No, he's not. Christian Gonzalez, Devin Witherspoon in the NFL draft world is considered the number 1 corner.
But the NFL draft world that you referred to is like people on Twitter.
I'm talking about scout. I listen and read a lot, and they're saying even the scouts, the NFL scouts, and everybody has Witherspoon locked in at 1 at a cornerback position.
Some do.
No, I mean,
more than the majority. How about that? The majority.
I'm just saying.
I don't have to subscribe to the majority.
You think Christian Gonzalez is going to be Sauce Gardner 2.0, which is not what Christian Gonzalez is going to be.
I think Christian Gonzalez would be Remix.
I'm just talking about. I'm saying all-pro rookie.
Oh,
who allowed 0 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, he's looking.
No, I like Gonzalez, but I'm not that bullish. I don't think he's anywhere near generational talent.
Just the hip. He's got Deion's hips, man. That hip flip is amazing.
So now we are on the Falcons.
So
And
we
that's
have
the new guy.
we have a new drafter for Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Is he in here still?
Yes. I think. Well, he was. Wait, is he? He was. Did he leave? Hold on. Oh, okay.
This is Zenny, right?
Yeah. Did he leave? Hold on. I thought he was here.
I see him Yeah.
Yeah, what I see a couch. Let me check on it. His mother may have called him or something. Hold on.
and it happened.
Yes, that's all the excitement. This you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, those two coming off the board hurt. Because I would think with Atlanta they would be jumping on the board for Witherspoon or Gonzalez if they fell to 8.
Yeah, my favorite 3 players just all fell.
Well, I can tell you, I was going to be the GM for Atlanta until about 5 minutes ago. And their needs are basically quarterback if you don't believe in the guy that they drafted last year. Cornerback, wide receiver, and the middle of their offensive line is a train wreck.
Yeah, they need help on that interior.
Yeah. So it could be Skoronski here, for instance.
Oh, Skoronski.
Yeah, I like him at guard. So yeah.
Because,
but you have to take him at guard. Skoronski is not a top 10 talent.
Okay. So Zinni will be with us momentarily.
But is there anything we can agree on, you and me?
I mean, say something good, Will. That's all I got to say right now.
It's the short arms. They're caught up in the 33 arms.
But not for a guard or center. He played center in high school, be the best center that came out in years.
I just say I watched Skoronski live against Minnesota here last year, and maybe he didn't give up a sack, but I could tell you he got beat almost on every play, gave up more pressures than I could count. And I'm sitting here saying, this guy's first round left tackle in the NFL, you're smoking crack about he has bad legs. He just doesn't recover well. He gets beat on the inside, on the outside with spin moves and swims. He is not a left tackle in the NFL. He has to be moved into a guard position.
That I agree with, and the positional value isn't there at 8. But I've just meant that I think he's going to be an outstanding interior player though, because it solves a lot of issues.
I'm back.
Yeah,
I like Torrance more than Skoronski.
Yeah, I think we have our pick coming in now.
Right.
I'm back.
Okay, so with pick number 8, we have the Falcons on the clock.
Bijan Robinson.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
I like it.
All right.
That I can see happening. I honestly can see that happening. I like that pick.
That's a great pick. Probably the best value pick there.
Thank you.
I had Bijan at 3rd on my board.
Thank you.
Line Carter and Anderson. So that's a great pick.
Bijan was being slept on way too long. He finally he's now you want to talk about generational talent player. There's your generational talent player. He's better than Saquon. And goes both.
Well, I just learned one thing about Bijan Robinson. He's in the top of his class, not the top, but near the top of his class at fumbling the football.
But that's okay. You know what? Tony Dorsett, who I compare him to, had the same problem, but the Dallas Cowboys were willing to live with it, and they got a championship out of him with that. So, hey.
Yeah.
And Bijan Robinson only had like 78 forced missed tackles last year at the running back position. He led.
It was over 100.
The only thing I don't like about this pick, because I like the player, is that Atlanta had the number one rushing game in the NFL last year.
Right, they did. But my whole point is, why not an old-fashioned 1-2 punch? Why does it have to be a single back?
You got to also factor in, Will, they have Smith. And Arthur Smith's an old school guy. He wants to run the ball. They'll run the ball 40 times a game.
Exactly.
So
you can never have enough guys. Yeah, I get you.
Him with Algier and the rest of that back.
Hey, Cordell Patterson's better than Algier. Let's just back, okay?
Hey, think wing T, folks. Think wing T.
Wait, who said Cordell Patterson is better? I'm going to agree. Is it?
That was me. Look at that.
Yeah. Exciting.
The Bears are on the clock.
Yeah, the Bears are on the clock. Yeah. Pick number 9.
Oh, and the Bears.
Yeah.
Well, the Bears wanted Jalen Carter. Well.
Thank you. All I can tell you is thank you for taking Jalen. If the Bears don't get Jalen Carter or one of those defenders that's just win-win.
Okay, so they don't they don't like that. They will want Brian Brees.
Oh, what?
I love it. Brian Brees is my number 2 defensive tackle behind Jalen Carter.
Yeah, he's my number 2 defensive tackle behind Jalen Carter, but like number 28 on my big board.
Wait,
I
who's
have
the pick?
going the Jets at 13, and I'm just something about Tyree
but
Wilson's game film just didn't add up for me. I think Miles Murphy might be the better player.
Oh, I agree with you 100% there. I'm not big on Tyree Wilson. His game tape he's like Chris and I always keep calling it the upside draft, and that's all he is. But his tape is very subpar at best when you watch Tyree Wilson at Texas Tech.
Because Miles Murphy had a bigger impact against North Carolina State than Texas Tyree Wilson did. From what I saw.
Who was the pick, guys?
Yeah, he did.
The pick was
Brian Brees.
Brian Brees at 9? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Brian Brees didn't play against NC State in that game because I think that was the week his sister passed away from cancer.
And he was very bad. Brian Brees, I mean, he had a couple impact plays, I guess, against the Tennessee game and the bowl game. But he was, for the most part, held up by Darnell Wright in that offense.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And Brucey, okay.
Hey, we are at pick 10. We're moving pretty well.
Wait, I didn't get the pick for 9. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Brian Brees.
It was. Okay.
Simpson, D tackle.
Yep, I got you. I just didn't hear it.
Yeah, there was a lot of, oh my God, what the hell's happening?
Right.
Yeah, he does give you the feeling of a guy that would play for the Bears. He has the mold, somebody that would play
He
for the
looks
Bears.
like a Bears player. I can buy that.
And again, the
Yeah, he
Bears
does.
not caring about Justin Fields and getting him protection. I love it.
Right. Let him run, kid, run.
I think if the first couple picks of like the first three rounds, the Bears don't really address the O-line with those 4 picks. I think that's that front office doesn't believe Justin Fields is the future for them.
Yeah, the Eagles have their pick at 10 already.
Let's do it. Eagles.
Well, obviously we wanted to move up the board with Jalen Carter, but he fell to the Seahawks. So congrats on them. Bijan's gone. The top 2 corners I like are gone. So this makes it easy for me, and it's Tyree Wilson at 10.
Yeah, that's good value now.
There we go.
I'm not a Wilson fan, but
Yeah, love Wayne. What about Wayne?
and that is the most Howie Roseman pick of all time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Interesting. Very interesting.
They would just draft defensive linemen all day if they could.
It really was.
It would.
And guards. And guards. And
That is a good value pick for the Eagles. I know we did a 3-card Monty draft on the podcast a few weeks ago. Tyree Wilson fell to 24 because the cards were just being cruel to Tyree Wilson, so he just kept slipping in the draft, and the Jaguars got him at 24. I don't think that would happen in real life, though.
I don't know.
What
Maybe
do you guys think is going to be the big slide? There's going to be somebody that slides.
Thompson's fighting last year.
I think more than one. I think a couple of players will probably end up sliding in the real.
Okay, so the Titans are
Yeah, the Titans are on the clock.
not enjoyed.
So that's the first emotion I've seen. That's the first.
Oh, special guest appearance.
Does anybody want 12?
These things happen.
I need the Jets. Where's the Jets at? The Jets and the Packers have some talking to do.
Not for this pick.
Does
Not
anybody
this
want
big, but I need to find it. I need to find him.
Yeah, I'm the Jets. I'm willing to move down.
I'm talking about trading to certain quarterback.
Yeah. I think that second rounder gets it done eventually.
I'll give you that second rounder, and I'll give you a future. All right, the Titans are ready.
Yes, here we go.
All
So
right.
we're gonna grab a blind type protector, whoever the next quarterback is going to be, and we're going to take Ferris Johnson Jr.
Okay.
Harris Johnson.
That's a good
All
pick.
right.
Yeah, just like that. Can you? That's a smooth operator.
First O-line.
Shout out to Sade. But yes.
The Bears pick. That's been the Bears pick. I think if Paris Johnson falls at 11, Titans run up and throw the ball down.
Yeah, because he's a perfect scheme fit for the Titans. Best run blocker in the draft and just a perfect chess piece to build around Tannehill and Henry. He can pass block well, too. Plus, he was teammates with Nicholas Petit-Frere, current starting right tackle at Ohio State.
Yeah, I wanted him for the Jets of my next pick.
Who's the best player on the board right now?
Oh, God.
Let's not say any names.
Everyone's
don't say names. Let
them figure it out for themselves.
At the end of the night, we can do a brief little recap of best availables, but please not between picks. Okay.
So y'all hiding the draft from me. Okay, it's fine. I hate this pick. I hate 12 right because I don't have so many needs, but there's not one player that just stands out that I have to have. I just hate this pick 12. I really want to trade down to the mid-19s or the mid-20s.
Sorry, when I was the Atlanta Falcons, I would have done a deal with you, but I'm not them anymore. Sorry. I'll trade you Trey Lance, one of the comp picks at the end of 3 for this pick.
I already got CJ Stroud, so I might well go with his running mate. Ohio State, get a receiver.
That's not a shabby. Not too shabby. That's not bad.
JSN.
Sweet. So to recap, for those of you listening at home and not looking at the board, Bryce Young, first overall to the Panthers. CJ Stroud, the quarterback from Ohio State, to Houston. Will Anderson to the Cardinals. Anthony Richardson to the Colts. Seattle gets Jalen Carter. Detroit, Devon Witherspoon. The Raiders, Christian Gonzalez. Atlanta, Bijan Robinson. Chicago, Brian Brisset. Eagles, Tyree Wilson. Titans, Paris Johnson Jr. And Houston with its second pick, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Yep. Jets are on the clock.
My favorite choice was Paris Johnson. He's gone. My second choice was Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's gone. So we're going to go with tackle here. We have to go. And we're going to go Broderick Jones.
Well done. Well done.
Very well done.
Day one starter.
Yeah, day one. Lock it in.
Lot to like there.
Yeah, he's like a human thing.
The Jets, I think it would have took somebody else because he's still on the board.
No, don't say it.
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying there's a need.
You can think it as hard as you'd like, Mr. Brunelli.
I want a starting tackle, not a guard. There's a bigger need.
Not what I was pointing to.
Okay, so that's fun. Let's keep it moving.
I'm up
next.
Yeah,
and I'm going to take I'm probably going to get some heat for this pick, but I think Peter Skoronski is exactly the type of player the Patriots would draft in real life. So
yeah.
And
I'm not a Skoronski guy, but that is a Patriot pick.
It's a very Patriots pick. And this is where the camera cuts to Nike sitting at the laptop.
You did that layout. I needed my laptop photo. Sorry. Here.
I think it's real life with this board. I think the Packers trade.
How does that look? Does that look all right, Bill?
That's about right. Yeah. There we go. Now all you need is an Akita.
Yeah, exactly. Some guy from Green Bay who doesn't like anybody I like is on the board, except for Cordero Patterson.
Oh, Packers. I think the Packers would trade down right now. I don't know. I'm not in love with the board. I hate 15 in this draft. I was going to do something different to mix it up and actually take a wide receiver that I hate. But
now.
I understand.
Well, you're not playing well.
Well, you either.
I'm going to go what I really hate. I'm going to go somewhere else just because it's something different. I've done it once before. It's a need. I think this is something that would help Jordan Love. I'm going to take the first tight end off the board, and I'm taking Dalton Kincaid.
Okay. Okay, that is different, but I don't dislike that at all. Okay. spicy. That was spicy.
That was very spicy.
I hate first round tight ends. That's
You
against
wouldn't have
my
that day.
draft philosophy, but
What tight end got picked?
That was
Dalton
Dalton Kincaid.
Not even my tight end one. But I understand he's been medically cleared from the injuries. The Packers.
My tight end one.
No. I think the thing about tight ends is, it depends what kind you want.
Right.
There's like 5 different types. For the type that he is, he's the best in the draft.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he's the most. I almost went with Mayer. I'm not a big Mayer fan. Like I don't think.
Bears tight end one easily.
No, Dalton can tight end one easily.
Yeah.
Mayer he does everything okay.
Yes.
He doesn't do anything great. He's just okay.
He's the more balanced tight end, but he's not the best receiving tight end. Kincaid all day.
Who is Washington?
Commandos.
Yes. The
Commando.
Oh,
That's
look,
Dexter.
you make an appearance.
Yeah. Middle of my MLB The Show game.
Oh, there we go.
See, you got your priorities right. That's my co-GM.
I thought so.
Actually, Corey, the subject came up of playing center against Jalen Carter in high school, so you have to tell your story.
Oh, yeah. So.
Okay. The pick is Michael Mayer.
For Washington.
Michael Mayer?
Wow.
Surprising.
Wow.
And we're on the clock, Corey, just in time.
Oh, perfect.
You want to tell your story for a second while you're on the clock, or should I pick?
You can pick it, then I'll tell it. I don't want to hold the draft up.
Well, as soon as I pick, we're going to have a conversation about it. So that's fine.
Okay.
We'll wait for somebody else. Our pick for the Steelers is Georgia linebacker Nolan Smith. He's going to probably mostly play inside linebacker for us. I think he's a tremendous off-ball linebacker prospect, better than as an edge, although he can give you some edge snaps for a team.
I love that.
That's a great pick.
Steelers really only have 2 edge guys. They're probably going to lose Highsmith because they're going to have to pay. Somebody's going to pay him over $25 million a year, and they already have an over $30 million a year guy. So the edge will be a priority, and he sort of mitigates that a little bit, but mostly with the quick first step and the way he plays the off-ball part of the game, the run game, and coverage and so on and so forth. Nolan Smith is just nobody has that kind of speed and first step that's available and maybe hasn't been for a while at inside linebacker. So
yeah.
Coach on the field, captain of the team, he's a dude.
Yes.
Yeah, you want that leadership too.
And he would be on the short list for the Steelers in real life.
Yes.
They generally go to pro days and pay a lot of attention to the guys that they're interested in. He had dinner with the coach and the GM. So basically, they went to Clemson, they went to a couple of other schools, maybe 4 or 5 schools in play, and prospects in play. So it's definitely fits their MO a little bit, even though it isn't a player that most people are mocking to them. I think it's a guy they like a lot.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a bad pick at all. Like, I think he's going to fit the scheme. I think they're great at developing players like of that skill set. So he's going to fit in at the Steelers. I would have been thinking, obviously, Joey Porter Jr. or maybe even Van Ness, but only reason is because I think Nolan might slide, but we'll see how it goes in the real draft. He could be taken this high, especially with the tackles that have already gone off the board.
I don't think in the
so many
17th.
corners. That's the thing, Go ahead.
The Lions are on the clock.
Yeah, we need the Lions again.
That's what I'm doing. I'm getting it for you now.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and eat cotton, Will.
Corey, just to finish that thought, I think there's just so many corners available. I like Joey Porter. I just think.
Have we not mentioned names, guys?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so there are corners available. Let's put it that way. Corey, quickly tell your story before the Lions jump in and pick.
Oh, yeah. So so he played for the rival school, so we knew we'd be seeing them. We kind of had him planned up, and we put in Wham specifically for him, and it didn't work. But I played center, and so I had to get some single blocks on him because we were a lot of pin and pull. So if I had the single block, I chopped him every time, and we tried to high-low him a few times. And the one time he spun around on a single leg when I'm caving in his knee, and our guard hit him up high, and he uses our guard's back as a brace and then lights up our quarterback on the same play. He's just a freak athlete.
Yeah. He made it to the quarterback at 100 miles an hour. Wait, I'm sorry. That's
My only thing though is, where do you think Nolan falls? Because do you think he goes this far, or do you think he falls to the late first, where they've got their second pick?
I think he might before this. We were a little bit concerned.
Who's not going to fall out of the first round?
Atlanta is a team that's been connected to him at 8. I don't understand guys that, that come from Georgia and, have like a 1-4 second 10-yard split and can actually tackle and play linebacker. There's just not that many guys like that fall in the draft.
So the pick is in. It's Jack Campbell.
Oh wow! This high? Wow!
Wow!
Wait,
Right
Jack
there.
Campbell in the first round?
Wow! That's not a little.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
He's gonna bite kneecaps.
hold on. Wait.
Well, he does have a thorn in him.
Wait.
That's what I would have picked.
Oh, wait, hold on. Lamar is there. Okay, I didn't know you were. Oh, hold the phone. Okay, so we have Lamar live with us. I didn't even know that. I was looking at my phone when I should have been looking at the screen. So we now have our Lions with us in person.
What's up?
The Lions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely for the world.
So Jack Campbell is your pick.
Yeah, so
yes
we have
no.
I
was one of him like because he was better in coverage, but
okay. Got it. So we had a sort of a co-GM situation. We had a co-GM situation. So Lamar, you, just like with last year, I didn't hear from you for a while, and so I had pulled in Demetrius, and Demetrius had a family situation. So from this point onward, are you available from this point forward, Lamar?
yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. Well then, excellent. So I won't have to be bouncing back and forth between two people. That makes my life easier.
Does he know who the first pick
The
was?
only reason I haven't announced the selection yet is because I made an offer to San Francisco earlier for Trey Lance at 19 straight up for Lance. And
you got the deal if you want it.
okay,
Wow.
I'm willing to do that if
As long as it's
other party
approved.
accepts.
As long as it's approved by the admins, you got a deal.
I mean, I don't have a problem with
Yeah,
it.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm making the first trade of the group mock if that's all right. Trey Lance, number 19 to San Francisco for Trey Lance.
Okay,
All right. That happens in real life. I might do a backflip.
offered, so I can't get mad.
One second.
Was pick 18 announced yet?
Troy took Jack Campbell at pick 18, so I'm trading pick 19 to San Francisco for Trey Lance. I'm not sold on Baker Mayfield or Trask. So we're taking flyer on Lance, and we'll see where this goes.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to trade 20. We're going to make it a 2024 first, just to make it seem right. And then 19, right? Okay. Just so I can get the mock. The
trade to approve.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the trade was declined. Great.
Wow.
Hang on, I'll figure it out. Let's see.
While that's happening, start thinking about your pick at 19.
I mean, if you want to just announce that pick.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm on the clock, so just give me 1 second because my co-GM, I need to confirm with him who we're picking.
Okay.
Because I didn't realize we were going to have that.
The Texans offered for Trey Lance too, but that was a better deal than what the Texans giving up.
Yeah, we were looking for a late first or early second, so it's fantastic for us. Pick a team, so we have to pick Tampa Bay. That's what I did wrong. I picked the wrong team at the front end of that deal. 1 second. No, 19, and you offered to San Francisco for next year's first, and next year's second, whatever. Next year's third, fourth, fifth. Okay.
Wow.
I'm just doing it to try to get it. Oh my God.
Oh, decline.
Do not
Wow.
doesn't like it.
Only on
Last try, and
TV.
last try, and we'll just give up otherwise and put the the player in there and work it out later.
Yeah, we'll just do it on the sheet.
Last
Just
try.
move all the 2024 picks and see if that.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do right now.
It may be too much value for Trey Lance. He put too many picks.
Yeah, I don't think that's why it's rejected. It's San Francisco that's rejecting it. So.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry, cancel. Let me just figure this out. Sorry, guys. I can't talk and do this at the same time, but I promise you, we will pick instantly when this is done. Instantly. Okay. Here we go.
Will, how did we end up?
We traded Trey Lance for pick 19.
Okay, who gave us that? Whoever
I did.
Yeah,
a lot better than the other offers.
Somebody who doesn't like this board.
What? It's fun. It's a fun trade.
Okay, I'm just gonna put our pick in. I'm gonna put our pick in there, and then we'll deal with it later about fixing it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it doesn't affect the rest of the draft because it's just a player trade. Corey, do you? I'm texting you. Did we decide for sure who we want?
That's what I was just gonna be looking at. I did
Sorry,
not.
we were just we were caught slightly off guard, but we're ready. Give us just a second. How many? Do we have 2 minutes on the clock?
Yes.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes.
Okay. I got an idea.
Yeah.
So the biggest surprise of the draft is still Jack Campbell, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna make sure I only one about that.
That was
At least I didn't take Jack Campbell at 19. I mean, I traded a first-round pick for Trey Lance, but I would argue that's better value than Jack Campbell at 19. Just saying.
Right.
They don't appreciate linebacker in the first round. They think
From
that's
Iowa
like
State, from Iowa, yeah, you're right.
And I will say this. I'll say this about that.
is worthy of this pick.
I really like. I've always liked Campbell from the very beginning when I first seen him. But the thing is, I just feel like you could have got him a lot later in this draft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't pick him.
If you were going to take Jack Campbell, why not move back to the late first and take him?
That was awesome.
Nobody want to trade up. Nobody want to trade up this mock. Nobody wants to trade up.
And I'll say this.
Doing a little mock drafting. How are you doing, sir?
You're mock drafting right now?
We are. It is the 9th annual mock draft-a-palooza. This, friends and neighbors, is one of my good friends, Alex Brown, who is the director of. What's your position again? It's not recruitment. It's
I'm the GM.
GM, general manager of Southern Methodist football program, Alex Brown. So if you are one of the draft Twitter veterans, you may remember Alex Brown from a few different places where he was before he found his way into real football.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Salute, Alex Brown.
Congratulations, yeah.
Everybody's doing.
The pick is in. Can I make it? Are we still?
Make the pick, sir.
Who all you got on the call?
I got a few people. I have Access Fury, aka Will Masisak. I've got Draft Chris Ransom. I've got Lethal.
Ransom?
Yes, the Chris Ransom. Alex.
Yeah, I traded for Trey Lance, guys.
You just made a trade for Trey.
Who else you got?
Let me see. Who else do you know? I've got Jolene. I don't know if you know Jolene. I don't think you know Jolene.
I'm so old that I'm like having to re-familiarize myself with all the names. There's a completely new wave. You know?
Yes.
It's awesome.
So you are from what I call Gen 2 of Draft Twitter, right? So since there's been like 3 different generations. We're on Gen 5 now.
Wow.
So as regards to this pick,
Network.
we're still talking.
Kyle Krabs already got out of it.
Right.
He's like Gen 2 or 3.
Right.
Probably.
He's from around your time. And yeah, a lot of the guys from around your time have either transitioned to quote unquote real football or decided to live normal lives, one or the other.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I was just calling bullshit with you.
I understand.
But, how many? What round are you in?
We are getting towards the end of round 1. And then we're going to do one more round tonight, and then we'll do rounds 3 through 5 tomorrow, and rounds 6 and 7 on Sunday.
Well, best of luck to y'all. Those were fun days, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You are missed. You are missed in draft Twitter, but
Somebody please fleece this man. Please fleece this man with the draft value chart trade, and let me know how it goes.
ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Alex Brown, one of my favorite people in the world, and it's always good to have him call in and harass me. Thank you, Alex.
All right.
So in a nutshell about this pick, it's a home run swing. San Francisco is in a unique position. They have everything basically, and a quarterback for now. So from our standpoint, Zay Flowers, I think, is if he hits, he's Antonio Brown, and if he misses, he's Antonio Brown. So
it's like the old, I've got a light skin friend that looks like Michael Jackson, got a dark skin friend that looks like Michael Jackson. So yeah, it works both ways.
Zay Flowers, that is a very good pick. Had you declined the offer, I would have probably picked him to pair with Evans and Godwin. That is a very good selection.
It is.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm sure that our friend from Wisconsin hates it.
Oh, I'm sure.
By the way, I reported on my show yesterday that I heard from an NFL source that 2 different teams had interviews with Zay Flowers that were a total disaster. That he got aggressive immediately with them, and one of the teams actually ended the interview.
What did they ask him? Wait, what did they ask him?
So he's leaned into the Antonio Brown thing.
That's what I'm saying, man.
If
he succeeds, he's going to look like Antonio Brown early in his career, and if he fails, he'll look like Antonio Brown.
Well, wait, what did they ask him? I mean,
I don't know the details. I just know that they were like overly aggressive, to the point where they had to stop the interview. Was the quote?
You mean the people were overly aggressive toward him, asking him the questions? That's wild.
He got pissed about something. I don't know what.
Right.
Got in someone's face.
Now we don't know what the question.
What if he has a Super Bowl winning play and then he takes off his shirt and just walks off the field with the Lombardi trophy like Antonio Brown?
Worth it. You get a Lombardi. It's totally worth it.
If the team that's take them, if they're smart, they will have their websites optimized to monetize that.
There you go. There you go. I love how Ziddy's always thinking, what's the old saying? When it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
So
wow, that's a good one, Bill. I've never heard that.
So that brings us to our next pick.
I thought I was old enough to have heard everything.
If you keep living, you will. So Seattle, you are on the clock.
Is that me? Is that me?
Hold on. That's
whoever picked Jalen Carter.
Yes, correct. That's exactly correct.
Okay.
Yep. So that's me. So we're going to continue the defensive trend, specifically in the front 7, and we're going to go with Miles Murphy out of Clemson.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good pick. You guys play 4-3, right? In Seattle?
Seattle plays 34, but I like the pick. I mean,
but the buzz is, if you are a person who subscribes to Richard Sherman's podcast, is that they're going to play more even fronts and more of the scheme, right? That was what he's excited about. He hears that they're going to go back to playing the scheme again. So,
I mean, the thing is, the nickel, it's all 4-man front. It's even fronts anyway, but
right.
It's just he strikes me as a guy that's like tailor-made to be a 4-3 defensive end.
Yeah, but don't forget, you can play an odd front 4-3. So don't forget that.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Just ask Monty Kiffin; he'll tell you.
Yeah, there you go.
So Chargers are on the clock.
Ding.
Wade Phillips too. Wade Phillips will play 3-4 with 4-3 principles. My bad.
Is that who's that? Is that
I think it was Lamar.
Okay.
Yep, that's the Detroit guy.
Ah.
How you doing?
Yeah,
beautiful.
He just threw you off because instead of seeing this very powerful, handsome black man, you're looking at a cardboard cutout or whatever.
You need better lighting, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry. Chargers are up.
Give it 1 second. You boys drafted all the guys I wanted, so I just need to.
That's how it works.
That's what we do here. That's what we do here.
Get used to it.
I don't know if any of you have been lucky enough to meet Wade Phillips, but he is one of those people that's exactly in person as you would think he is by seeing him interviewed. Like
No one is ever disappointed when they meet Wade Phillips. They're all like, he's exactly what I thought he'd be.
I asked him sort of a question about like the future of defense, and he was like, "That's a really interesting question." Now let me tell you, for half an hour, my answer. Like he wanted to talk about. He thought it was worth talking about football for half an hour to nobody. So
He's an awesome person. He really is. And he loves life, man. That guy is loving life.
And he's very successful in that football.
Not bad.
Yes.
And his offensive coordinator that he hired, that dude has a future.
Yeah, what's his name? AJ Smith?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, pick is in.
All right, well, let's go.
All right, you boys ready for a curveball? The Los Angeles Chargers select cornerback Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State University.
Yeah, there we go.
I think crazy about that. That's good.
Will that be the first time ever, Bill? A team has two juniors on the same team, Asante Samuel Jr. and they'll have Joey Porter Jr.
You mean as their tandem of corners?
I mean, maybe, yeah.
I'd have to check. I mean,
it gets better. We also have Kenneth Murray Jr. as well, so 3 juniors.
It's too bad you don't have a third.
Oh boy!
If the Chargers side John Johnson, then there you go.
There you go.
Perfect. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so that brings us to the Ravens on the clock.
The Ravens are.
Is that me? Who's that?
Greg has the Ravens.
Oh,
Greg, okay.
Right, it is. Okay, let me check on Greg.
I know that because I tried to trade Lance to him earlier, and he was like, "Not interested."
Yeah.
No interest. It's like, all right, man. Don't get hostile.
Oh, hold on here.
So it sounds like Ravens might be trading
Yeah, it is trade here.
The Ravens trading? Wow.
to the Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
Hey, Jim, you're up.
The Bills.
I'm up.
What's the terms? See if it works.
Bijan.
Bijan. It's already done.
No, Bijan is gone already.
Yeah, but I took Bijan for the Falcons. Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
But is there a trade or not?
There is a trade.
There's a trade.
I'm waiting.
Terms are coming.
Okay.
Hold on.
We need that sound. The sound that ESPN plays when the pick is in.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't make that happen. Hold on.
That's right. You can't make that.
Oh, wait. Oops.
Or perhaps something else can happen.
Well, we're waiting on the terms of the trade here.
Yes, we are indeed.
Beautiful.
I'm seeing if I can guess. So we're gonna get a pick swap. We're gonna get. Oh, here we go.
Sweet.
There you go.
Indeed, there we go.
Hey, Bill, can you hear me?
I can.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah, Greg and I are on another podcast, but Greg
Nerve.
Buffalo traded pick 27 and 130
Okay.
for the Ravens pick. And Buffalo is selecting Darnell Wright.
Nice.
Wow.
I
Like that. Yeah, that's great value, and he definitely addresses. You can never have too many.
It's a huge need.
Yes, exactly. I was about to say addresses a huge need. Exactly.
Buffalo
is selecting Darnell Wright.
Got that.
Like that. Yeah, that's.
Anyone looking to move back? I got 2 seconds, Jets.
Okay.
So
me, aka Tony, is throwing it out there that should someone be looking to.
Yeah, I will stay in that one. Yes.
Okay.
If you can stay in that one.
Oh, that's correct.
Cowboys are up first, and then I have
Yeah, you'll have back to back.
By the way, I think Darnell Wright's maybe the best tackle in the draft. So
yeah.
Amazing pick at 22.
That's a great pick. Yeah, I agree.
And I am told that he is one of the top 3 players on their board in real life.
Yep.
Oh, he was a 30 visit Buffalo. I'm shocked that he dropped that far.
Yeah, you things broke your way. Well done, and you executed very well. If that happens in the real draft, there'll be a lot of high-fiving in the war room.
Oh yeah. Nothing's violence popping.
Yes. Okay, Vikings, you are on the clock.
That me?
That is. Hold on, give me a second. That is.
Gotta hope it's me.
Let me check on our next pick.
Oh.
You could skip the Vikings pick because they're not going to win the division.
That's
because the thing about the Vikings, they're going to be a top 5 pick next year.
Yes, sir.
Their roster is bad. I drafted for them maybe one of the Twitter drafts that was like a month ago or something, and I was shocked actually at how bare situations.
Oh, it's not good. Yeah, no, you're right.
They keep cutting guys too. I think they're like sucking for 24 right now.
Yeah.
If they discovered a fast offensive style, they'd be okay.
They need a new quarterback next year and start over.
I like their quarterback. I just don't like the scheme he's playing. They don't understand how to really coach the time passing game short.
Hey,
I've seen them. Go ahead.
Hold on here. Keep going.
I've seen them talk about drafting a quarterback this year. I've seen them talk about, we're going to look at quarterback. We're going to look at every position, but quarterback especially. What the hell? I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, full rebuild. That guy over there, GM, is not playing with them.
No,
he's not playing.
No, he is not playing with anybody.
It's time to move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Am I the Vikings or who's?
Hey, who's Glenn? Glenn?
Okay.
You're the Vikings.
All right.
No, I'm not the Vikings.
Yep. It's hold on. It's
Abraham.
That's me.
You're the Vikings.
I'm Zen Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
That is you.
All right. So I'm sending the Vikings the second coming of John Randall, Kalasia Cansey.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Wow.
I love that.
Oh, that's a fun pick. I like that. I like the scheme fit. I like a lot of that. That's good. That's good stuff.
Thank you.
He is John Randall. Damn.
Pretty good. I think that.
I don't dislike that even a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna check.
Minnesota runs a 34. He plays in the 5 technique. That's his best. He can play in. I think he can play in a variety of schemes, but I think he's a great fit for Minnesota. I love the value there.
Yeah,
I got Dexter Grain a little higher, but it's a great pick regardless.
Oh yeah, his motor is incredible. He's the kind of guy you basically scheme up for. You don't stick him in. I would never stick him in classic 3-4 anyway. That's a kiss of death right there. But hybrid, sure. Absolutely. Over tackle, yeah.
Is he a 3 technique to you? Because I struggle with Kalasia.
He can be. Yes. I mean, he is.
I'm not too impressed with him.
Here's the thing.
He's like a. Go ahead.
I was simply going to say. Remember, I said John Randall, right? My thought was, and I'm a Floyd Peters aficionado. You rush the passer, you pick up the run along the way, and this is the kind of guy that can do that. Now, will the Vikings want to do that under my suggestion? Probably not. But then look at their record. So I really believe this is the kind of guy that if I stick him in, and I really want to stop these passing offenses that have or use the pulling guard, as a fake, right? If you're going to pull the guard, I want you to pay for it.
Right.
Especially in a play fake, and this guy can do that.
And he has good short area quickness.
Yeah,
I look at Kalasia.
Yeah. That's all I want.
Go ahead.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
When I turn the tape on, this is the guy that's always moving the pocket.
Right.
And when you're always moving the pocket, that means the other guy is getting.
So
I think he's a better Josh Pascal. That's what he is.
Ooh.
Elijah can't see him.
Shaq was on the clock.
Yeah. So I think Jack GM is right here with us, correct?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. I had to double check 3 times. I'm sorry. I might even just check one more time just to make sure our guys are available. I'd hate to be that guy to dunk on you guys and then it's already been picked.
Somebody has to be first every year to do that. Come on.
No, doesn't seem like he's been selected. So in most mocks, this guy doesn't really get past Atlanta at 9. So athletically, in terms of like explosiveness and speed, he was very close to Nick Bosa. So here I'm going to take a guy the Jaguars really need. You watched the playoff games last year. The pass rush didn't quite get there, even though their top pick, Trayvon Walker was on the field. So I'm going to give them another pass rusher, and this guy actually has a little bit more juice to him. So with this pick, I'm going to give Lucas Van Ness out of Iowa to the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is going to be a phenomenal pick. He's a system fit. He can go even or odd fronts. Doesn't matter. He's that kind of guy. He's a great pass rusher, can stop the run, great length. He should not be available at 24. So I'm really glad to have him.
So do I have it right that he never started a game in college?
He didn't, but that's literally because Iowa religiously gives reps to seniors because they waited to play. If he returned next year, he would win all the major awards for a defensive line. He'd probably go top 5. You know what I'm saying? But it's literally because Ferentz, and you know what? It probably cost them a couple games. Their loyalty to these upperclassmen pass rushers, because as soon as he got in the game, he was out producing guys who had more reps than him. So
where? Okay. That explains a lot then.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Exactly.
Where are you putting Walker and Van Ness if they're on the field at the same time?
I would play Van Ness with his hand in the dirt. Walker has to be up. He's got to be in a 2-point stance. They do some 3-4 things. They could also go nickel and put both guys' hands in the dirt. I make this pick because I know Van Ness, what he can do really well. And I hate to say it because Walker was the first overall pick last year, but I'm not building this defense around him. Whatever he can give you, that's fine. That's great. But whatever, you know what I mean? Like he can be an off-ball linebacker, he can be an on-ball linebacker. Whatever is actually going to get him more than one solo tackle in a game that matters. Okay, so go crazy, go crazy.
That's when you take someone first overall. I'm not sure that's what you should be aspiring to do. Is get them to give you a little bit of something every now and again.
They know
That's why I agree. He was a GM override kind of a pick or owner override kind of a pick. So to me, I'm almost pretending he doesn't exist. I mean, if the sun, exactly. So maybe they luck out. Yeah, maybe they luck out and both guys go crazy next year. But there was just too many times we have a first round pick at edge rusher in the playoffs, and he just didn't show up.
Right.
Well, I'm the New York Giants.
Yes.
And I'm making my pick to protect my franchise quarterback. And I'm going with John Michael Smith.
Okay. John Michael Schmitz.
Good.
John Jacob Michael Schmitz.
Go Michael Schmitz. Yeah, totally, man. Who's old here? Raise your hand. Yeah, okay. Uh-oh. Somebody is broken up.
Well, on that happy note,
man down, Bill. Man down.
Well, while they work out that issue, that brings us to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, so I have Greg on my podcast. He has the next 2 picks.
Yep.
So Dallas is picking. You said it was Jahmyr Gibbs.
Well, don't that.
Dallas is selecting.
I know. I will.
Dallas is selecting running back Jahmyr Gibbs.
I got to work on that thing. So go ahead.
And then the Ravens are selecting. You said Deontay Banks.
Running, yeah.
And then the Ravens are selecting Deontay Banks.
All right. So let's one at a time. Dallas has who?
Yeah, Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs was the first of the 2 back-to-back picks by Greg as a GM. And the second one was corner Deontay Banks, one of the players who's helped himself the most throughout this end of the season through the pre-draft period of almost any player you can name.
There you go.
Greg took another 15 seconds for just 2 picks.
Wow.
Yeah, and Greg wants everybody to know it took him 15 seconds to make 2 picks.
No, we need a like a chess timer.
Yes. Well, thank him and give him a big hug from all of us, Jim. Oh, okay. So because of the trade, let me see. Am I remembering correctly that pick 27 was part of a trade, or am I going nuts again?
Sorry,
you're right.
Yeah, pick 27 was part of the trade because Buffalo, that was Buffalo's pick and we traded up.
Yeah, exactly.
Will, I know you're not that good with technology. Come on.
No, I am, but
back
I
up.
sorry, guys. There's the board. I'm trying to get rid of all the other screens, and it was just I was having a hard time.
Who let the 70-year-old run this?
Oh my god, dude! At least I can drink legally.
Oh.
Do you have the right screen now?
What's that?
See your pretty face.
We are seeing a lovely collection of.
There you go. There it is.
Ah.
There
we go.
Good job, Will.
Sorry, guys. So I'm trying. I was supposed to send something for an article, and I can't because I'm hosting this draft.
Well,
suddenly I'm the person doing the draft picks. Like All right.
Well, Cincinnati's on the board.
But Cincinnati's on the board, so start working on that, Cincinnati, while we do the thing we're doing.
So, Will, are you going to leave this tab open like overnight and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a recommendation because I've done that on my school computer a few times.
Yeah.
Copy the rounds over.
Oh yeah, I'm going to copy. The names are going to be on the spreadsheet, and I'm going to copy it because we'll get stuck on it.
That thing's blanked me out a few times when I've been doing stuff and I get all mad.
That's the way it is when you're young and use technology.
PFF will time out if you don't copy and paste everything, you'll be screwed.
It's not PFF, thank God. We don't support them.
Their rankings are in the gutters anyways. You can get like top 20 guys in the hundreds.
I think Jace Collinsworth is the one that put up the numbers there.
It's Mike Renner who does most of the picks there.
Just kidding. It's fine. They're really not that bad. It's just fun. I have a Collinsworth thing. Don't
right. I know. Yes, the blood feud. Bingo.
And it reminds us that it's not Chris Collinsworth, it's Chris Colonoscopy.
Oh God.
Yes.
Chris Collinsworth. Here's a little side note for those of you who aren't alive. Then Chris Collinsworth false started on every snap.
Okay, no.
Keep trying. Bingo.
No.
Yes.
Do we have cornbread here?
Cincinnati, is that cornbread?
Oh, let me check on it.
Bill, are you the beans to cornbread's cornbread?
Something like that.
Nice.
Okay, so let me check on him again.
Oh. Well,
I'm back in here.
There we go.
Excellent.
I don't know what happened. I probably, messed up on my end. I don't know. Maybe a signal thing.
Doing better than me.
Oh, okay. Detroit is back here. Detroit is in the building.
No, this is Cincinnati, right?
But you have both teams, right?
Yes.
Oh, but you're in Detroit. You are Detroit. I got it.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
You should say more like Detroit in the house. Then I'll understand because I'm white.
Hey, Detroit in this house too.
Oh, we lost them.
Okay. Well, I'll
Detroit not in the house.
You're back up on the clock.
Detroit's
in the house. Yeah, Detroit's in the house.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I gotta make sure we got breakfast.
Understand. Okay. Talk to you later. Okay. So you may pick when ready.
Detroit. Go ahead and hit.
Yeah, so you also have the Bengals, so you may pick when ready.
Oh wait, I have the Bengals as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay, that's different. Okay.
Well, we'll kill time if you need a second to figure it out.
The other cat team. I got the other cat team.
There you go. See, thematic. You keep it together.
Jeez Louise. Okay, let me see.
Which
Let me
team
look
is
at
going
my
to be better
board.
this year, Detroit or Cincinnati? That's a tough call.
That's a tough call.
I think Cincinnati's got us. I'm realistic. I'm not. Cincinnati's got the experience now. They're up there. Oh man. How about a trade?
There you go. When in doubt, make a trade.
Yeah.
Where's Lee, aka Tony Montana? He was throwing around second round picks a second ago.
Tony Montana is still. Actually, he was in the chat and just.
Oh, there he goes.
There he is, coming up, talking. Here we go.
So you may have an opportunity to make a trade.
Yeah, you have a big opportunity. Okay. Okay. Because I'm not too familiar on the Bengals. I had no idea it was the Bengals. I thought it was the Lions. I was very prepared.
You are both. You have one NFC and one AFC team. Yep.
Oh, okay. First round, 28.
Yes.
I'll go Emmanuel Forbes.
Hey, how about that rally? Right
there we go.
Yes. Look at him.
He got the lowest pounds per draft pick at pick 28.
That they would love that kind of corner, though.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
We're looking at lips right now. We're good.
Okay, and so New Orleans Saints from San Francisco by way of both Miami and Denver. Saints are on the clock.
All right. I do not like this pick. Well, I don't like this placement of this pick. Saints are an interesting team. Saints are a very interesting team. What do I want to do here?
You should have told the 49ers to lose a little bit more and get you a better pick.
All right, we're going to do it. Regardless to, how the feelings are after the national championship game, the Saints, they're missing that X guy. Thomas, you're unsure. He's got a lot of money tied to his name. And, the Saints are going to draft Quentin Johnston.
There we go.
Take it. That's what I give you that.
There you go. And AEAGLES. Wait, did they trade this picker? Wait, I'll try to remember now.
No,
they didn't trade it. Okay, yeah, sorry, make sure. Okay, so yes, I was right the first time. EAGLES, Eagles on the clock.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Who should I take? This has worked out perfectly. I can either go the need or BPA here.
it sucks to have too many choices for a team that's loaded.
It's too many choices.
Must be nice to have a team that's loaded.
Yeah, whatever shall you do?
That's brutal, man.
Just across the state, Will.
I know. Well, we stole their secret weapon to pick guys for us, so maybe it'll help.
Yeah.
What kind of a draft pick would you give for Andy Weidel?
Huh. That's an interesting thought.
I think that's at least a second round pick.
I was going to say at least a second. Yeah, I would agree with you.
Well, always a chance he could walk for free to become a full-fledged GM.
It's going to happen too. It's that. Don't even get me started.
Soon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swing back around down to New Zealand and just take a temperature check. How are things looking over there?
Yeah, pretty good. I got two obvious choices, I feel like, here, but I think I'm going to take this other pick. Reason being is I feel like there's some depth I can get later in the other position. even though he is the top guy at a position of need. I'm going to take, I'm just going to give him more weapons. I'm going to take Jordan Addison.
Okay. I can't be mad at that. Wow. Okay.
That's scary. That's very scary. Addison in the slot with those two guys on the outside, I'd be terrified.
That's
I actually think in that scenario, Addison probably lives on the outside a lot.
Well, they'll move all
you're
of them
right.
around.
You're right. They have Smith and Brown.
Yeah, they'll move all those guys around. And sometimes Brown will be in the slot. Sometimes it's going to be oof.
It's going to be the greatest show on dirt.
Yes.
I was thinking about taking, safety, going, who, but yeah. Still more weapons.
Nothing.
You're going to beat the Chiefs. You need weapons.
No, there's nothing to dislike about that at all. Okay, and for the final pick in this slightly shortened, thanks to the oopsie with Miami, that brings us to our 31st and last pick in the first round. The Chiefs are on the clock.
They'll pick somebody with a weird name. Watch.
Pick one of the 5 6 guys that all have the same name.
He got lost in the woods, so we're gonna have to pick one.
Oh, okay, that's exciting stuff. Okay, well, let's take a quick look at the old big board.
$31.
Hey, so according to the board we're using, just such an emergency purpose.
All right.
Do you guys think, I'm from Detroit, and this has been a talk of our town. Do you think Jalen Carter falls out the top 10?
No way.
No, I do not.
No.
You think he falls to 6 though?
Well, wait. Out of
No
top
way.
2, you mean that he would fall past the Eagles? Because there's no shot.
Oh yeah.
The pick is in. It is Trenton Simpson from Clemson.
Oh, okay. Okay. The missile. Okay.
Is that the Chiefs?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't really see it, but okay.
We went to our board that we're using, our consensus big board. So if he had not been lost in the woods, who knows what would have happened? I wonder what Lost in the Woods. That always makes me think of Fort Leonard Wood, right? Isn't that what we used to call? I don't know if they still they still call it Lost in the Woods, Lamar?
Yes, they still call it Lost in the Woods.
Figured.
I'm here in the Fort Leonard Wood.
Great. I handed off to Corey Karbowski to announce the Steelers pick at 32.
So, Will tell me there were some rumors that people were saying Paris Johnson was the best run blocker in the class. And we're going to take the real best run blocker in the class at 32, his teammate, DeJuan Jones.
Yes.
Big DeJuan Jones.
Yes.
Tells me he knows something.
Yeah.
My take on the Steelers offseason is that you see what they've done and what they were doing last year. They want to run the bejesus out of the ball back to 1990.
Why else would Zach running that high?
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think loading up on the offensive line, especially with guys who are brutal. I mean, seeing DeJuan Jones pull across the formation and do it, basically safety comes downhill and thinks he's got a free shot at the running back, and suddenly there's a mountain in front of him.
I pray for that.
Exactly. He can't cut him anymore because the way the rules are. So he's really in trouble. He's got to just either run out of the way or get obliterated. Anyway, we like that pick. DeJuan Jones. We're very happy he fell.
Yeah, that's the first word in my scouting report of him was kaiju.
Wow.
Okay, that brings us to the 33rd selection.
It's that pesky Miami that forfeited their pick.
It throws you off. But yes, that brings us to our 33rd selection.
So the Texans have traded that pick.
Right.
You got to it's going to be DeAndre Sandcastle.
Great reference.
No relation to Leon Sandcastle. Or is there a relation?
They, is it
the Texans had traded pick 33 for 37 and 52 to Seattle.
Right, so Seattle's now on the clock.
Right.
Sorry, we've determined I can't change it on the board here, but we'll change it on the spreadsheet.
Gotcha.
So the Seahawks are going to stop a slide and make it a very unpopular pick, but we're going to take Will Levis out of Kentucky.
Nice.
Now,
Nice.
this
I think that should be very popular at this point.
This is where the risk and the reward makes sense. Not pick number 4. I have no problem with this slide.
So Seattle's traded what? 37 and
52
for pick number 33.
all right, got it.
Great value for the Texans.
Yeah, the value is, this makes sense. Like,
That's
that's
a stupid fall for him. He has a better chance of going in the top 3.
I love it. Will Levis dropping out of the first round. I freaking love it.
Yeah.
My only issue with Will, is between the ears. It's his mentality. I feel like there's so many gripes about him as a teammate. That really bothers me because the footwork can be fixed. The progressions can be fixed. All that other stuff can be fixed. But if he's a bad teammate, I can't deal with it.
No, I mean, I kind of know some guys around college football, and I just because I'm still playing, and I know a guy or two on the team, and a lot of them actually love Levis because he was playing through injury all year.
Yep. He played through a couple of nagging, maybe not major, but nagging injuries. He's a tough.
Our justification for this pick at this point in the draft is the upside outweighs what we've seen in Drew Lock.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly with that. Yes, that would be correct. You are correct there.
Okay. I'll say this about Levis. The throwing motion, like set aside like the footwork and whatever, the throwing motion that he retooled after a year and a half ago is unbelievable. His throwing motion is the most compact, beautiful thing you'll ever see.
Yep. It is what you would want
Government or trade to Kadeem.
So Arizona on the clock, or did you
Yep,
say that you
Arizona's
traded this pick? They're on the clock. Okay.
Sorry, I'm still playing with the spreadsheet here.
No problem.
Believe me, I understand.
You've got almost 6. You got like 5.5 minutes. You're okay. Well,
oh my God, using up all
don't give
the
me
time.
that much time. Nah, we're good. Let me see if I got it. So, I feel that Cardinals need to work on the inside of the line, do a little more protection for their number 1 quarterback. So I'm going to take Steve Avila.
Hey, yeah.
I love
I figure he can either be center or throw him at guard, and our short quarterback can be able to see over him.
Yes. That is another important issue, that you give him a chance to see things. That's very important.
And if anybody thinks Steve Avila can't move at his size, on the play where TCU had to get the field goal on the field, and you had to bring the field goal team on the field, rush him on for a last-second field goal to win the game. If you go back and look at the film of Steve Avila, it's amazing. He's like rolling off the field, but
he's one of the better in space blockers.
Yes.
Out of the entire offensive line class, he can really move on wide zone and inside zone schemes.
Yep.
Yeah. Really, really good at it. I love the pick.
But you wouldn't necessarily guess looking at him, but he's very, very laterally agile.
Yeah. He's actually flexible and moves. He's not he's not an exceptional linear athlete, but yeah, he moves well and changes direction well. That brings us to the Colts at pick number 35.
Back up. Colts. Okay. We got Richardson at 4. Now, the interesting thing with the Colts is, our outside receivers are both over 6'3". So, when you look at that slot position, they picked up McKenzie. But
no.
More so.
That's my guy.
I heard straight panic in someone's voice there.
We picked up McKenzie. He's more of a rotational guy. I think you can get your legit slot. There's no need to worry about the size because of the guys on the outside. I think the Colts at 35 should go Josh Downs.
That's a good choice.
It's a very good pick. Like it a lot. I like it a lot.
They're the perfect team to take a guy like him.
Agreed. Very nicely done.
That role is wide open.
And that brings us to the Rams' first selection.
Hey, welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, Rams. Yes. Hader, is the Rams GM with us?
Let me see. Who is Glenn? Jim.
Oh, okay, it's Jim.
That's Jim.
Okay, so I don't know. I know Jim is multitasking, but if somebody has to give him
him. Hold on, I'm DMing right now.
Okay.
Sounds like he wants Anton Harrison.
Oh, hey, all right. That's fine.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Yeah, that's
36.
The Rams have a weird line where they've got a bunch of guys coming off injury and they're all kind of old, but none of them are really that bad.
Yes, there you go. That's a good way to put it.
Or necessarily really that good.
Also, yeah, that's the thing. Like, they're all kind of,
Yeah, right. As the kids would say, mid.
Very mid.
Very mid, yeah.
And then the pick that was traded from
Seattle to Texans.
Yeah, so this is the Texans here. Sorry, I can't.
Yep, so Texans, you may fire when ready.
Texans, go ahead. Houston Texans are
on the clock.
Keon White.
Oh,
Keon White.
All right.
On the pick.
Another player who's been slowly but surely, the word's getting out on him, and yeah.
Well, Daniel Jones, not Daniel Jones. Daniel Jeremiah, my bad.
Yes.
Daniel Jeremiah has been a big fan of.
Yep. Throughout the whole process.
The whole draft. Yep.
That's true. Yep.
He's one of those guys I'm a little nervous for sitting in that green room, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he's going to do. He's going to be an interesting prospect. He's aced every part of the draft process, but when you watch the first game of the season against Clemson, Jordan McFadden had his number on a majority of the plays. The right tackle for Clemson, who was a true freshman, was the guy giving up the hurries to Keon in the game.
Correct. Yep.
He's gonna need schemed into, like, somebody figures out how to find a spot for him to work and build something around him, or it's just, I don't think he's a transcendent guy who's going to just step into any.
He's not going to flat out beat people.
What if someone right here is not bad.
He's a guy where he could be playing at the 5 tech hand in the dirt and still have the range to cover some of those wide zones and QB pulls. But you don't want to kind of, even though he looks versatile, if you're just looking at him like on paper, I think he's one of those guys where you don't want to put him into a role he's not going to fill. Like, I don't think he's a 3 tech 4 edge. I think he really is only a 5, but I feel like it's a great role for him.
Yep.
Well, for us, we still have Jerry Hughes and we have John Gennard. So we have a year to play around with him for a while to see what we want to put him.
Shout out to Jerry Hughes for still being in the league too.
I know he's been in the league forever.
I know.
He must need the money. A lot of kids or something.
Yeah, really. How old is he? He's got to be like 36.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think he is 36.
So yeah, so we can scheme him in and we can get him right for next year. Be a promising next year.
Jerry Hughes is still 35 for another couple months.
Oh, and I was close.
Well, you were
sorry. No, sorry. Even better. He's 34 until August. He's still
he's
young.
He's just a kid. What were we talking about? Okay, so that puts Las Vegas on the clock. Raiders.
Wow.
And actually, this pick has been traded.
That's right. It has.
Thank you, Joey. I can't keep track of it here. So
this is a almost blockbuster trade. Arizona is giving Las Vegas Buda Baker for 38, and they're 141 in this draft.
I feel like whoever that is just won that trade, but okay, let's go ahead.
We shall see.
Well, they don't have to pay the real dollars either.
Yeah,
that's also true, right?
You can't pay him right now. Yeah,
that is true. You're right about that.
And with this pick, Arizona is going to take Cam Smith, cornerback from South Carolina.
Okay.
Nice.
Almost exactly where I have him rated. He is my number 39 player, so that's almost exactly where I have him rated.
Maybe not necessarily a player comp, but I think his career could end up a lot kind of like Levi Wallace, where he's always a steady 2 for you.
Yep.
An elite secondary is probably a guy better than him at the 2, but he's not going to be a big bust prospect.
Yep.
If I'm understanding, Oakland has Cam Smith and Gonzalez, or was this pick traded?
It was traded.
Okay. I'm like just
Arizona.
Oakland would be just fine taking 2 corners anyway.
Yeah, because they could use 2 corners.
Yeah, right. The Raiders could take 3 corners.
The Raiders could take 3 corners and 2 safeties all in the first 2 rounds, and they'd be just fine.
Be fine. Yeah.
There's no one back there for them.
And their secondary is bad.
Nate Hobbs, though. Nate
Hobbs is once again another Illinois guy who played for Lovey. But yes, that's the only holdout of who's got anything going for him.
Trayvon Moerig's been
exactly
as advertised.
Right.
I did not like Moerig as a first-round prospect coming out.
Neither did I.
Number 1 safety in that draft. My number 1 safety was Richie Grant, but Holland was the first safety drafted that year, and Holland's actually lived up to the hype.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think you could say the same for Hodges Tomlinson or Grant, though, even though I liked Grant coming out.
Grant get hurt? He lost a year, didn't he? Richie Grant.
Yeah, he did get hurt, but even when he was healthy, he was never quite.
I
think he's going to be a good NFL player, man.
I think this safety class mirrors that one pretty well. Maybe not exactly player for player, but
I like this class a little better. But let's keep picking people. So let's keep it going. Pick 39 is still with the original owners, right? Just making sure. It's still the Panthers. I'm just making sure. So I believe the Panthers GM is with us. Yes, he is.
Hater, I just sent you a DM on Twitter.
Got it. One. All right. So it's okay.
By the way, while we have the delay, Richie Grant had 123 tackles, 7 passes defensed, and 2 interceptions. Man, that's not.
The Falcons are actually.
I like Richie
building
Grant,
a nice secondary.
he probably is better than the TCU safety that the Raiders drafted.
Oh, he's better than Moerig. Yes, I'm agreeing with you there.
I had him higher on my board.
Montel.
I had Grant higher on my board because I had a first-round grade on
coming
Grant
in now
that
from
year.
Montel, I believe.
Montel is up.
Was there a trade?
No, he's Carolina.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's his other team.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let me just double checking the board one more time, just make sure I don't become that guy really quick. Sorry,
So,
little quick QC check here.
Everyone, check. Get ready for some gloating.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think like the way I'm doing the Jaguars is a little more rock and roll, and the way I'm doing the Panthers is a little more like smooth jazz right now. So
I like it.
This is how I'm gonna do it. Okay. All right. So what is this? The 39th pick? Okay. Yeah. So with the 39th pick, the Carolina Panthers, recently drafted the quarterback. They got to go ahead and get him some help. This guy that I'm giving him is one of the few triple crown kind of guys I call. Highly productive, highly athletic, really good tape, great tape. I'm going to give him Marvin Mims, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. I don't know why he's still available this low. To me, nothing about his profile doesn't say first round. So, I mean, this is a special guy. I think he's going to come in and help him out a lot. I think Terrace Marshall's going to be that really good go-get-it guy, but they're still going to need a guy to move the chains, stretch the field, win vertically consistently. I think he's that guy.
Okay.
I like it. I love Marvin Mims.
Yeah. Okay. We're having some really solid selections. This is what we do.
Here's a guy when you turn on the tape on every game, he's making one at another after another.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He stays making plays. Not the sexiest pick, but this is a guy that should really pan out.
Yep. And New Orleans, I believe. Wait, that wasn't. Yeah, that's New Orleans still. Just making sure.
Yeah, New Orleans is we're moving back. We have a trade with the Eagles.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
We're sending 40 for 62 and 94.
So 40 was traded for picks 62 and 94. Okay, so the second and third. Okay, got it.
Thank God Jillian is keeping track of this because.
Yep, who got it?
Yes. 40 for 62 and 94. So that means that now the Eagles are on the clock.
Yes, that's Lee.
So whenever you're ready, sir.
Yeah. So we were gonna take with our last pick, but he's a major